Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Yujia Tian. I come from Rutgers University. Currently, I'm a senior student. So it's my honor to talking here about my recent study, Statistical VAERS data analysis and ontological classification of vaccine significant associated with GBS AEs event. Yeah. Vaccines are known to help prevent disease and improve health, and it can save lives by protecting us from many serious side effects. And they have different types of vaccine can prevent different types of disease. However, vaccines are often accompanied by adverse reactions. So which is an unintentional consequence occurring after administration of medical product that may or may not be caused by the treatment. Yeah, most people don't have any serious side effects after vaccines, but the most common side effects are mild, like headache, mild fever, or feeling tired after vaccination. So, however, in general, the serious side effects are not often come health, but it need to pay attention. In our study, we focus on one serious side effects named GBS. GBS is a disorder where the immune system attacks nerve cells, leading to muscle weakness and even muscle paralysis. Every year in the United States, about 3,000 to 6,000 people develop GBS. So the reason cause of GBS is unknown, but its real case can develop after vaccination. Previous literature showed that GBS is more associated with relevant influenza vaccines. In our study, for the better analysis, we're gonna sort of data from VAERS, which is a national vaccine safety surveillance system developed by CDC and FDA. This VAERS can be used in order to gather information about any potential effects a patient may have experienced follow a vaccination. Of course, everyone can report their information into the VAERS. So for the better analysis of our data, we queried and analyzed it through VAXF. The VAXF, which is a statistical analysis tool for vaccine safety developed by our team. So generally, for now, 3 VAERS-specific VAE data queried and analyzed programs have been developed. First one is VAE case query. So this one can allow you to enter certain case ID, and then the detailed information will come out. And the second is conditional query. So this program can allow you to certain the different criteria like vaccine name and vaccine dose or vaccine date. Third one is statistical analysis. This program allows the user to dynamically run statistical analysis of specific vaccine adverse events using our analysis pipeline. For the further analysis, we use the vaccine ontology, which is a community-based biomedical ontology used to standardize, integrate, and analyze the vaccine and its attributes. So in this project, the vaccine ontology was used to present all of the vaccines reported in VAERS and statistically analyzes the data associated with it. So generally, first, we were gonna sort our data in VAERS database, and the data were queried and analyzed through VAXF. And we were gonna determine which vaccine are statistically significant associated with GBS. And then we were gonna use ontology to model and analyze it. As of September 9, 2022, there were 2,284,866 reports of adverse reaction to vaccine on VAERS, of which 7,635 cases are associated with GBS for all vaccines. So 0.33% of the total cases were associated with GBS. To determine which vaccine are statistically significant associated with GBS based on our analysis of VAERS data, we're gonna use VAXF. So you can see here, like the results just coming out. You can see the significant, whether it is significant or not significant. So generally, we have used 4 criteria. The first one is the minimum number of case reports is at least 3, and is much larger than 0.2% of total reports for the vaccine. Second, the proportion report ratio must larger than 2. And the third, chi-square score must larger than 4. And the last one, EBGM score must larger than 2. So specifying the above 4 condition, we call it statistical significant. And our calculation identified 51 vaccines that were statistically significant associated with GBS. Furthermore, we mapped 51 specific vaccines to the vaccine ontology identifier, and then we used OntoFox and Protege to classify this vaccine. So you can see here the whole hierarchical structure by using the vaccine ontology, just showing here, we classification of those 51 vaccines shared GBS. And you can see that 51 vaccines are classified into 4 groups by using vaccine ontology. So based on the hierarchical structure of vaccine ontology, we see that in specific model, the subclass of bacterial vaccine are notable for tetanus toxic vaccine and TDAP and Menectra and typhus 6. So we can also say that the typhus 6 is also classified as subunit vaccine. In the literature review, we find that the reports of this vaccine of bacterial vaccine have both positive evidence and negative evidence. So in this slide, we can see the seasonal influenza virus vaccine foreigner to USA classified in both viral vaccine and the vaccine foreigner to USA. And it worth noting here that a total of 16 vaccines were different types of influenza vaccine, so which form the largest group of GBS-associated vaccines. Our literature review show that we find 148 papers in PubMed, which are related with influenza vaccine and GBS. Among them, 37 papers concluded as statistical significant, so which is same as our results. 37 papers concluded as that this is not significant, but it is considered to further analysis. And the remaining articles find no significant associated with influenza virus and GBS. But generally, from these recent studies, it can be concluded that the influenza vaccine is generally beneficial to public health. But although influenza vaccine may increase GBS risk of. In our research, we find very interesting here is the HPV vaccine, because we think the HPV vaccine is something we think deserves further study, because after we read all the literature on HPV and GBS, we find that almost all the literature concluded that there was no significant increase in adverse reaction of GBS. So no crucial relationship could be drawn. So it is totally different with our result, because our results show that the HPV vaccine is statistical significant. And also the WHO said it is no authorization. But we still find like many cases reports. So for the better compare, we find an article just published 4 months ago. So this article used the different methods and also conclude the different conclusion. We think this article is the one of the article can have a better compare with our article to see why we have different conclusion. So first, this article just used written criteria only. And in our study, we used 4 criteria. And we believe these 4 criteria, you need to satisfy this above 4 criteria. So we concluded this statistical significant. And these results just compare with one vaccine. But in our article, we compared all the vaccines. And after that, this article concludes that there was no significant increase of GBS after HPV vaccination. But our conclusion suggests that it is statistically significant. So summary, we have collected and compared all the GBS AEs associated with all vaccines. And those vaccines significant associated with GBS cover bacteria, viral vaccine, and subunit vaccine. A total of 17 vaccines with different types of influenza vaccines, which forms the largest group of GBS-associated vaccines. Although most literature analysis concluded that a crucial relationship between HPV vaccine and GBS could not be given, or analysis conclude that HPV vaccine was statistically significant. Further analysis can be done with different classification of vaccine, like we can see different age or different gender or different dose. And further research can focus more on other vaccine AE associated with GBS to identify the predictable of the one side GBS AE occurring based on the one set of AE associated with GBS during a particular administration of a vaccine. The crucial relationship between HPV vaccine and GBS requires further study. This analysis result will lead to better understanding of the mechanisms that link GBS to vaccines, which can help us predict the likelihood of a GBS AE occurring when a specific vaccine is administered. Although VAERS has some limitations, such as some reports may contain incomplete, inaccurate, or coincidental or unverified information, it is still helpful. These results will help us design and implement specific measures to counteract GBS, supporting the promotion of vaccines as a necessity to lead a long and helpful life. And notice here, the findings do not necessarily confer the crucial association between vaccine and GBS. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.